Check, check. Okay, okay. Riveting content. There's rivets. Rivets in the chair. Whatever. All right, let's start the show. Turn this shit down. Turn this shit down. Turn me up in my headphones. I just watched like 4 hours of Chappelle's show today. Man. Like, I don't know. When Chappelle's show was on, I watched it so much that I don't think about putting it back on, just like putting it on to watch it because I've seen them all. But Paramount Plus has like a function where you could watch like channels. So you don't have to pick anything. That's my problem. Like if I go to watch something, so, okay, say I have like, all right, I have 2 hours and 5 minutes. I could watch something. I'll tell myself I'm going to spend 5 minutes finding something to watch, and then I'll find something that's 2 hours long. So I'll search for 5 minutes and then watch something for 2 hours, maximize my time. But what happens is, and I think you know what happens. I end up by searching for something to watch for 2 hours and watching it for 5 minutes. And then I look at the time and I'm like, fuck! I just wasted a whole day looking for something to watch. Every time on Netflix, every time you click on something, it starts the preview up. And so my thing is I try to like just go really, really fast through everything so I can skip to the next one right before the preview starts. Because once the preview starts, you're locked in for, anywhere from 15 to 30 seconds. The Steel Fawn thing, I think I'm dropping the ball on that, but like I said the other day, like this is just too much shit for me to do. So I'll push that off until I actually get time to do the shit. Like right now, I wrote these jokes today. I was going to try to do this. Now I'll do it tomorrow because it was obviously way more work than I thought it was going to be. But I wrote these jokes, and what I was going to do is I was going to try to do jokes with the visuals and have the visual up here, and I would talk about the thing that's in the news, and you would get a funny picture. Okay. And so all day I've been planning on doing a show at 3:00. I figured I could play on the stock market until 1, and then take a break, eat, smoke weed, hang out, write, and 2 hours in between ending the stock market. I figured 2 hours would be enough time for me to shower, eat, and prepare for the show. And by prepare, I was going to take my jokes and I was going to take visuals, took a couple pictures off the internet, and I was going to try to make a design. I had this joke that I wrote about Hunter Biden, and I was going to take his face and post it on something else and make a joke, make a meme. Like a la Saturday Night Live, like if they're going to make a funny joke and they got a funny picture, so I prepared to give myself a half hour. I figured a half hour. I had three pictures that I had to create. I figured it was going to be as easy as circling the face, clicking on it, dragging it over, dropping it onto the picture that I want to face swap. But I was using Canva. I think like Apple phones have a face swap function where it's that easy. But for Canva, it's a little bit more intricate. And I realized I don't really do a lot of Canva. My girlfriend does the Canva stuff. And so I'm kind of new at the graphic designing stuff. And I usually use graphic design apps once a year when I'm getting the fantasy football season started. So in between the years, I forget everything that I knew. So ask me in the middle of September if I could edit a photo, and I could probably do it lickety split. But right now, no, it was not happening. I was trying. Finally, I was just like, fuck it. All right, we're doing it without the visuals today. I'll save the visuals for tomorrow. Oh, too much goddamn shit you got to learn to do one thing. It's just unfortunate. The one thing I'm trying to do is a variety show, so you got to know a variety of shit. But graphics, I don't know. It's too much. I'm not good at that kind of stuff. I'm not good at that. I just want to write the jokes and say them. Oh, I'm so sick of this heist shit. I see this heist every day, and every day I say, okay, I got to write a new heist. But you're not thinking about that. I'm not thinking about that all the time. I was writing Like I was writing like skits and sketches, and I don't think about updating the damn heist. But plus, like I don't know, I want to change the whole layout of how the chat works. I don't like how Streamlabs is constantly talking and filling. I want to read the stuff that you guys are saying. And every time I look at Streamlabs, it's this shit. Just fucking heist shit, slots, and there's no like I don't get a sense of like what you guys are saying. I was thinking about changing the slots and making the slots just like as easy as possible, like removing a row from the slots and making it just 3 things. Did I already do that? Then I thought about making it 5 things and making it really, really hard, but making it like the payout would be fucking crazy. It was good. Coffee and Bailey's. Oh. Summer solstice. Whatever the fuck that means. I know what that means. When it's summer solstice, you know what that means. The night before was summer's eve. My buddy Pete's favorite joke right there. The way, yeah, I'm on my way. Yeah, my cousin G in the chat. What's good with it, Riders? What's good with it, Riders? That was me making Streamlabs talk a lot during this live stream. Well, Streamlabs just like pops in and says like stuff that I don't need it to say anymore. Like, I don't know, it'll still promote the like, oh, follow me on Twitch, and I'm not even on Twitch right now. D-Grade, what's up, man? Nah, I'm taking a break from that Twitch thing. I don't get it. It slows down my computer. It slows down my computer. It slows down my stream when I try to do 2 at once. And I'm not getting anything from Twitch. You know, it's not like I'm not getting any new subscribers from Twitch. I'm not getting anybody coming over here from Twitch. So until I can make everything easy. So like TikTok. I was going hard on TikTok for a minute, but I started to obsess on TikTok where I was thinking about my old bits, thinking about stuff to say, focusing solely on TikTok, where I wasn't even concerned about growing my YouTube channel anymore. I wasn't concerned about subscribers or putting out content. I was all about taking past content and how I could promote it on YouTube or TikTok, and how I could get more views and more followers and TikTok. And then I realized I'm not doing a show on TikTok. I didn't bust my ass for a year on YouTube to get 1,000 subscribers. Well, you know, we goose those numbers. But I didn't bust my ass on YouTube making all this content and writing all these goddamn jokes so I could just, you know, try to get people to follow me on TikTok. You know, I'm all about my YouTube channel, and then TikTok will come later on. So until I figure out a way to make it easy on myself to do TikTok, and really what I want to do is I want to be able to TikTok the stuff that I just said. So right after I finish a YouTube show, I want to be able to TikTok that shit instead of go back and do my other stuff. I just need to clone myself, man. I just need to clone myself. 24 ounce Coors Light and a joint. Coors Light's good, man. I forget. We went to a bar the other day. They didn't have Bud Light. I think because they were homophobic. Just kidding. I went to a restaurant. They didn't have Bud Light. And the guy was like, the only light beer we have is Coors Light. And for some reason, I was like begrudgingly ordering a Coors Light. He brought the Coors Light over, and I drank the fucking Coors Light in like 2 sips. It was so good. I forgot. Like, I'm sure it has alcohol content in it because it's a beer, but I can't taste it. Like, it's like straight up like Evian water or like Naya water. Naya water still exists. I remember when I was a kid in the early 90s, right? There was this thing that went on where like it was a little phase. It was a fad where squirt bottle tops, it became the thing. Like bottled water kind of blew up in the late 80s. And then in the early 90s, someone figured out to take the tops off like a maple syrup bottle and just put them in different colors and market them to kids. And when I was in high school, like freshman, sophomore year of high school, it was like a status symbol. Like if you had a badass top for your bottle of Naya water, that's what we drank back then, Naya water. I think Naya was the water before Aquafina. Like Pepsi bought a line of water and it was Naya, and then they flipped it over to Aquafina. I'm sure you guys were wondering. I'm hooking you up. I'm hooking you up with the information, man. This is the history of the United States. Naya water. It tastes so good when it hits your lips. Cassie got the Gatorade Zero and Advil. Cassie, hope you're feeling better. Cassie had a trip to the doctor the other day. Full recovery mode. Yeah, so until I can figure out how I'm gonna make Twitch work for me, and B, how to make it easier on myself. Probably the next step. I think probably the next step is I just gotta get a real computer set up, like something that's like powerful, like horse powerful. Talk about water. I bought Evian today. I don't even like the flavor. Oh, then you would hate the water. What's the wine? What's the wine? Oh, sommelier. We watched the show with who was on the show? Oh, Zac Efron. Me and Britt watched a show with the guy. Of course it was in L.A. But this dude was like a water somm. You guys know what a somm is? Sommelier. Sommelier is like real pretentious ass shit. This dude who knows all about wine and shit. I only say that because I got a friend who's a somm. And he's a douche. He's a summer's eve. And they were having these guys. It was Anna Kendrick and Zac Efron, and they were tasting these waters, and they were tripping off the tastes of the waters because there's all these there's these terminologies for waters that normal people don't know because it's weird. But Evian is actually like one of those waters that has a strange flavor because it has a high mineral content. There's a lot of calcium and magnesium in Evian water. So that's what you're tasting. So you probably would not like the water sommelier, the water taste test. Because also Evian, because it has the minerals in it, it feels different. It feels heavier on the tongue, in the mouth. So yeah, imagine the flavor of Evian times like 10 or 100. Those were the kind of waters that they were drinking on that show. Hella mineral, magnesium and shit. Sorry, I had a phone call. What did I miss? You missed nothing. Nothing. You missed nothing. I don't have a show planned. I had a show planned, but I got these jokes, and I'm not gonna waste these jokes because they're gonna be much funnier if I could put together some visual materials to go along with the jokes. It's easy if you're using OBS Studio. There's a plugin that will record your TikToks in the right format, and everything for all you do is hit record while you're streaming. The problem is I don't know when they're happening. I don't know when the TikToks are happening until they already happened. Because most of the show, like, okay, I got these jokes, right? I wrote these jokes. They were just like a quick 15-minute worth of joke that I was going to do with the pictures, right? They're all right. They're all right jokes. They're okay. I don't know if they're TikTok worthy. I could TikTok that moment, and maybe some people will be like, oh, it's funny. It was this guy trying to do a show. The funniest shit that I do is the shit that is completely unplanned. Like, somewhere in all my shows, I did a bit where I was like Dr. Hannibal Lecter, and then I was having a conversation with like Dr. Lecter and like Tony Montana or some shit. I don't know. It was like a couple months ago. And I remember like I just went off one day. I went off and I kept doing it. Oh no, you know what it was? It was around Christmas time. That's what it was. Around Christmas time, I did a show and I pretended to be Danny Trejo. You know me, Danny Trejo, machete. I did that. And I did this whole fucking long bit about how I tattooed Christmas on my body. I don't know if you guys remember this shit. It was fucking wild. I didn't plan that. I didn't plan that joke. It just happened. And at the end of the show, that was the most memorable bit that I had done in days, months, weeks. I didn't plan it. So I didn't know that it was happening before I did it. And most of the time, I don't know when something's going to be funny before I do it. Or else I would do that because, yeah, I have the function to start recording at any point in time, but I never know when it's going to be funny. It just kind of happens. You know, I'll just kind of go off on something and then go into a zone, and then next thing you know, I just did like a 10-minute bit where we became someone else, and at the end of it, I'm like, fuck, all right, we're going to have to edit that out later. And then I end up by not doing it. Target brand dragon fruit water tastes like cough syrup to me. I wouldn't. Yeah, that would not be something I would buy. I don't know what dragon fruit is. I feel like it just kind of happened. Like all of a sudden, like I don't know. Every now and then, like new fruits just pop up. I'm like, these are all the same fruits that have been here, like, the whole time. Since, like, the Garden of Eden. I know there's hybrid fruits, you know, like pluot. You could say a pluot is, like, a new thing. You know, they you know, a plum and an apricot fucked. And they had a little baby. Pluot, I get that. That's new. But, like, dragon fruit, the shit's been around forever. Why, all of a sudden, is it in every fucking sports drink, beverage, Sobe? You know, like they just discovered this shit. That happened in the 90s. In the 90s, like all of a sudden, like passion fruit was fucking discovered. Like people just didn't know what passion fruit was before. And then all of a sudden, like everything had fucking passion fruit in it. And then before that, it was guava. I remember when guava hit the scene, yo. Like 1988, guava hit the scene, hit mainstream. Fucking guava was everywhere. It was the biggest fucking, it was like Back to the Future and guava was like the shit. I don't record while I stream because I got to keep my, I try to keep the CPU as low as possible. Cause yeah. Cause you know, it's still, we're still running off a laptop until I get like a full on built tower computer system that's built for tough. That's built for streaming. I got to take it light on this thing because I could tell. Like sometimes I try to open up Firefox while I have the stream going. Ain't happening. It ain't happening. It's like a 15-second delay on everything I do. Kiwi, for real, bro. When Kiwi hit the scene, it was like motherfuckers never heard of a kiwi before. They put kiwi in everything. And don't get me started on kiwi strawberry. Once they figured out kiwi goes with strawberry, that was it. Kiwi strawberry took over. Thanks, Snapple. My favorite Snapple flavor of all time. Snapple used to have this flavor called limeade. They used to have a limeade flavor. It was like they had limeade, regular lemonade, and pink lemonade. This is how big Snapple was back in the day. You could go to a gas station, and there would be like 24 different kinds of Snapple. There would be like 4 different iced teas, and then 4 different diet iced teas. And they'd be all these different flavors and then like seasonal flavors and shit. Snapple used to be a beast in the 90s, dude. A beast. A beast. But Limeade was the shit. They had like an orange one too. Like an Orangeade or something like that. Orangeade was good too. It was like the Orangeade Snapple tasted like a melted down orange Julius. It was like a little bit of creamy flavor to it. You know, like a little you know what the fuck I'm talking about? Dreamsicle. Orange Dreamsicle. Come on. Get with it. The other laptop is my writing laptop. I keep it right next to the bed. Anytime I got an idea, boom, bust out that. Yeah, pretty much. I use it for writing, and I put a program on it because I'm going to try to use it as a remote control. So if I'm in my room or if I'm at work, I could use it to control this one. But I haven't figured out how to do that yet. I can't stand kiwi flavored anything. Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind a little kiwi I don't mind a little kiwi. A little bit of kiwi. Snozberries. I love reading the messages on the Snapple caps. Like those Snapple with the element names like rain and fire. Oh yeah, I remember those ones. Yeah, Snapple owned the 90s. And then fucking Sobe came around and the market got diluted. Arizona iced tea came around and Sobe came around, and then people were like, well, why would we pay $2.50 for a little bottle of Snapple when we can pay 99 cents for a big tall can of Arizona iced tea, green tea with ginseng and honey? You know? I can pay $1.50 for a big ass Sobe pina colada instead of a little tiny bottle of Snapple. I don't know. Snapple should have kept the glass bottles. That's when Snapple was good, man. You could shake up a Snapple and it felt like, it felt fucking worthy of your money, man. That Snapple bottle, it felt fucking, powerful. It felt fucking powerful, man. You had the fucking big, heavy fucking glass bottle in your hand, man. Shake it up, you could feel the fucking girth. It was fucking girthy, man. It just felt right. You'd shake it and you could feel the liquid in it. You hit the bottom of it and the liquid would hit the fucking metal top. It just felt like you about to get a good fucking drink on, man. You pop the top and it was like, pah! Cold ass bottle. And then they switched over to plastic. You fucked it all up, man. You fucked it up! They're bringing back all the drinks that I wanted as a kid. I went to the store the other day. They got Yoo-Hoo on the shelf. They got Clearly Canadian on the shelf. New York Seltzer they got on the shelf. They got New York Seltzer, Clearly Canadian, Yoo-Hoo. It's all back. It like went away for a while and it's back on the shelves. The one thing though, like I don't know who I need to petition to make this shit happen, but I need me some Squeeze-Its, baby. I need me some Squeeze-Its. I need a grape Squeeze-It. I need an orange Squeeze-It. Tropical fruit punch Squeeze-It. But most of all in my life, I need a cherry Squeeze-It. Man, it's been a good 32 years. Some shit like that. Probably, yeah. I'm saying a good 32 years since I've had a cherry Squeeze-It. Come on, man. Does anybody... I gotta go online. I'm gonna go look online and see if anybody has a cherry Squeeze-It somewhere. I just watched the newest episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. At the very end of the newest episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, there is a surprise visit by Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pies. I respected that joke. I'm not gonna give it away, but at the very end of the episode, one of the characters has a box of the last remaining Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pies on Earth. And he opens it up and starts eating them. And they look just like I remember. Probably taste like shit now. They all probably taste like shit, you know? If I bought on eBay like a 6-pack of 7-Up Gold, it'd probably be flat. If I tried to buy some Crystal Pepsi, it wouldn't taste like the Crystal Pepsi that hit my taste buds in 1986. It's going to taste flat. But I just want it for nostalgic reasons. I just want to hold that little tiny bottle of Crystal Pepsi, and it had like the label that was kind of like paper, but it was like really, really, really thin styrofoam. So when you like peeled it off, it was just like, you know, that shit was fucking up the environment. 7-Up Gold, Crystal Pepsi, Squeeze-Its. Those peach papaya drinks that was cheap. Peach papaya drinks. Peach papaya drinks. Peach papaya drink. Was it in a can or a bottle? Sorry if I stressed you out yesterday. I was 2 espresso shots deep and I saw some things and got pamped up. Oh, slap the Snapple glass bottle ass in and make the top pop. Yeah, right? You know, you could. It was like a sonic boom. Like you hit the bottom of it and then the top made a pop like a half a second later. You know, that delay. Pa, pa. It was like, yeah. Oh, don't worry, Jen Matt. I'm just stressed out. You know, because I want to be able to do everything. I want to be able to like open up my TikTok in the morning and see that, you know, I'm getting views and people are liking my content and that there's a reason for me to keep posting the content. I want to, you know, go on Twitch and see that I have new subscribers. I want to be able to do graphic designs for the show and write the show and do the show. But when I try to do everything, things suffer. And I realize that my skills lie best suited with just keeping it fucking funny. And I'll learn how to do all this other stuff. Learn. It'll become easier. And then eventually I'll get to a point where it won't stress me out to do TikTok. It won't stress me out to do Canva because I'll be so good at it that it'll just be like today. It took me a half hour to try to put Hunter Biden's face on someone else's body. And I didn't even finish doing it. But one day, when I want to replace, someone's face with Hunter Biden's, it'll be so easy for me because I would have done it so many times. Because there's many places that I want to put Hunter Biden's face. That's what she said. Hey, ding, 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 ding. This is the rhythm of the. This is the rhythm of the night. The night. Oh yeah. Julie Argon says, NKLA Nikola Tesla received a $29 price target. Yeah? This isn't a fucking stock channel. Do you see any fucking charts on the channel? You see any charts on the screen? You see any quotes? You see any ticker symbols? You see any bars? Julie? Bring back Crystal Pepsi. Orbits. That's old school right there. You know what I liked about Zima's? Zima, like the glass bottle. When you had a Zima bottle, like that shit felt like weaponized, man. Like I don't know. But I felt like a Zima bottle, like you could fucking build a house with that shit. Like if you needed to like build a fence, you could just hammer all the nails all day with the bottom of the Zima bottle. Bink, 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 bink. Zimas, they felt, and you could never really figure out what a Zima was. Like the closest thing you could say, like if you were going to describe Zima to a blind person, deaf person, blind person, no. It wouldn't matter. I guess it doesn't matter if they're blind or deaf. That was bad. If you were going to describe Zima to a uncontacted tribe in the Amazon, you would be like, no. If you were going to describe Zima to someone who, if you were just going to describe Zima, right? I don't know why I was trying to make a metaphor or a simile. if you were going to describe Zima, the closest thing you could say, it would be like Sprite, I think. If I was going to describe Zima when I was in high school, you know, and I hand it to someone, I would say, yeah, try it. It's kind of like Sprite. I think. It's kind of like a wine cooler. It's like beer, but without the color. Yeah, it's sweet. Kind of sweet. What's the sweet flavor? It's like sweetened. Like sweetened iced tea? Yeah, like that kind of sweeter. Yeah, it's like sugar. It is basically sugar water with alcohol in it, right? You know what Zima was to me? Zima was cold, sweetened, sparkling sake. How about that? How about that? I think I just fucking described Zima. All I had to do was think about it. It took me fucking 30 seconds. 30 years I've been wondering how to describe Zima. 30 goddamn long years I've been trying to wondering how to describe Zima, and I just fucking cracked the code right now, man. My brain's fucking so on top of it right now. My thinking is way uptight. Zima is cold, sparkling sake that's sweetened. Sweetened with what? Fucking sugar, man. The fuck do you sweeten stuff of? Splenda. What's my Twitter? Hey, come on, Julie. I'm a taken man. I don't think Bam Brit would like you know, sliding into my DMs. It takes time and scheduling. It helps you know a day for Twitch, a day for YouTube, a day for TikTok, and then one day it comes together. I saw my aunt nude again last week. Step aunt still acting like COVID is around. You saw your aunt nude again? It happens, man. It happens. Happens to the best of us. You know? Well, I never really saw my aunt nude per se. I was going to tell a story right now, but I don't need to tell that story right now. It's in bad taste. And I'm not about that bad taste. I will take a hit of this reefer. Reefer. Hardly know her. I don't know, like, some people when they were kids, they have, like, cool stories of seeing, like, you know, a hot aunt, you know, a babysitter, or, you know, sister's friend. I never had that. I was the only child growing up. Like, I was the only child growing up. So, like, the only women around me who might have possibly, like, flashed some nip around me would be completely inappropriate. It's like the only women around me were, like, moms, teachers, and grandmas, you know? And they weren't giving it up. Fucking teases. You know, a bunch of fucking teases, man. Grandma walking around with those fucking floppers, wearing that moo-moo around the house. Fucking big old house shoes. Not once did she think, you know, just show me the top of the mountain, you know? Let me know what's in store. Stingy, man. There's a bunch of fucking teases in my family, man. Grandma, great grandma, always trying to act like they're, you know, prudes. Come on, grandma, I know you giving it up. How do you think I got here? All right. Now, that is the type of joke I would normally tell when I'm alone with my girlfriend. She respects that kind of comedy. But I'm going to let you in. I want to let you into the mind. Look at this. Look at this. I burnt my arm cooking. Now, you know, I could show my buddy Pete, you know, hey man, look, I got a burn on my arm from cooking. He wouldn't respect that. He wouldn't respect that. I think I'm doing something cool. Be like, hey, brotherhood, man. I'm one of you now. Look at me. I got to burn. He would just say, you don't know what the fuck you're doing in the kitchen, man. I don't burn myself. Old Raven. Old Raven. Ah! Ah! Old Raven Farm. How are the people of the good world doing today? I think it's time for a little something, something. Yeah, that's right. You hear that Velcro? That Velcro? Them ain't no Pro Wings. All right? That's not the sound of some XJ900s. If you're a poor kid, you know what the fuck that is. If you don't know what a Pro Wing is, if you don't know what the XJ900s are, God bless you. God bless you for not growing up with the Pro Wings XJ900 on your feet. It was a hybrid. It was a hybrid shoe. Laces and Velcro, all in one. Laces and Velcro. Undo that Velcro in class. Everybody knew. Everybody knew who it was. Oh, I heard Velcro. Ah, poor ass Johnny. Poor ass Johnny in the back of the class, itching his foot again. He probably got some foot fungus because he's poor. Yeah. He probably got it from those shoes. Hey, poor kid. Where do you get shoes like that anyway? Poor kid. They give them to you? Government give you those shoes? Your mom bought it? Yeah, the government gave them to you. We saw your mom. We saw your grandma, too. She's a tease. She ain't giving up the booty. Guys, they're just shoes. Kids were rough, man. I remember finally I had to convince my mom to buy a pair of Reeboks. Couldn't afford the Nikes. Said, please, Mom, please. Found a pair of Nike Delta Force or some shit, right? $65. Please, Mom, please. $65. You're going to grow out of them. Went to 3 other shoe shops. Finally, I found a pair of Reeboks that were okay looking. My mom was pointing out all the worst shoes, like the Monarch, the Air Monarch. Finally, I found a pair of Reebok black tops. I was like, Mom, how about these shoes? She looked at the price tag. It was $55. She's like, fuck. But she bought me those Reebok black tops because she knew I was getting bullied. I was getting made fun of for wearing the Pro Wings. Went from wearing $14.99. My shoes were $14.99. All of a sudden, I'm wearing almost $60 shoes, man. I felt like a king the next day. I went to school wearing shoes that we bought from Foot Locker, man. Nah, we actually bought them at Mervyn's, but it's all good. I lied. But they were Reeboks, and they sold Reeboks in Foot Locker, and I felt like that was a win for me. Wore those fucking Reeboks to school the next day, feeling like the man, bro. Feeling like the man. I was like, finally, no one's going to make fun of me now. You know what the kids did? You know what the kids at school did? You know exactly what they did. They made fun of me. I think it even got worse at that point because not only I went from Pro Wing to Reebok, but everybody wore Nikes. And so it was almost like worse because they were like, oh my God, this motherfucker went and had his mom buy him new shoes and she couldn't even afford Nikes. Oh, this motherfucker got Reebok. Reebok. Oh, man. You want my Nikes? You want my shoes? You can have my shoes when I'm done with them. I'll give you my old shoes. They'll be better than those new shoes. Oh, he got Reeboks. Well, you know what? I got a pair of fucking Reeboks right now. Assholes. Worth like $250 fucking dollars. Limited edition. Basquiat pumps. boy. Make fun of those Reeboks. Bitch, you punk bitch. I remember my XJs fell apart on the basketball court after a month use. I was so embarrassed. Yeah, the XJ 900s, man. Those fuckers will rip right. The Velcro strap will rip right off. Oh, Ryan. Like Ern with the fake FUBU. My man Ryan Ramirez in the house. Ryan Ramirez, ladies and gentlemen, we got a special guest in the house. Ryan Ramirez. You might know my worst enemy, my best friend, and worst enemy, arch nemesis, goes by the name of Pete Ramirez. This is his brother, but don't worry, he's not bad. He's not evil. Ryan Ramirez is a good man, good family man, uptight citizen. What's up, Ryan Ramirez? I hope you're doing good, man. Good to see you. I hope life is treating you well. I'm glad you survived the evil COVID that we all had to go through. Mervin's is a throwback. I spent way too much time there too. Mervin's was the shit. Mervin's was the shit because for poor kids, okay, this is what it's like. If you guys don't know what Mervin's is, God bless you. God bless you for not having to fucking go to Mervin's. Whatever. I love Mervin's, but for poor kids, Mervin's was Nordstrom's. If you were poor, Mervin's was Macy's. If you were poor, Mervin's was fucking Saks Fifth Avenue, Dillard's, all that shit. Because Mervin's was a cheap store, but they actually sold name brands. So like Mervin's would get the Nikes that were hot a year and a half ago. Like all the Nikes that didn't sell for that summer, then they would go get shipped to, you know, the Foot Locker outlets and all the outlet stores. And when they didn't sell at the outlet stores, then they would go to Mervin's. And you would have Nikes and Reeboks and Puma and Fly gear in Mervin's, but it was like relatively cheap. It was like a little bit more expensive than Target. You know, it was like Target was like cheap, but it was like top of the line cheap. Like you would see classmates at Target and you guys would both be like, hey, what's up? But if you saw classmates in Kmart, it was like, okay, I got to get to school early. I got to get to school before the bell. I got to spread this rumor that I saw this motherfucker in Kmart before he spreads the rumor that he saw my ass in Kmart. And that shit happened to me for real when I was a kid. I went to Kmart with my mom, and I'm gonna put this out here because my mom, she was terrible for this shit. But my mom always insisted on holding my hand when I was a kid. All right, I lived with my mom until I was 15 years old. When I was 15 years old, I was 6 feet fucking tall. All right, and my mom would get out of the car and she would be like, "Johnny, honey, grab my hand." I love her to death, man. I know she was just being a mom and shit, but like it was really embarrassing. Like being a 14-year-old baby Huey looking motherfucker and your mom is walking you into the store still, you know, like, and we're going to the worst stores. You know what I'm saying? We're going to like Pick and Save and we're going to fucking Kmart and shit. Like this is how poor we were. At some point in time, Pick and Save turned into Mac Frugals, and we went to Mac Frugals on opening day, when the first day they opened up Mac Frugals, and all it was a Pick and Save. But we went in and we were like it was a fucking new, like it was a new experience. Like, oh my God, shoes, $2.99 shoes, you know, it's like socks, 3 for 99 cents. Like there's no escaping this fucking pit of poverty. Jesus. Salute the Coles of today, but better. There you go. The Mervin's is the Coles of today. That's an excellent way of putting it. Mervin's is the Coles. Yes. That slid right into that spot. Mervin's was the cheat code if you know what you're doing. I spent so much time at Mervin's in San Leandro, down the street from the camera store and movie theater. Miller's Outpost. Okay, for real, Miller's Outpost was the shit. They changed. So, okay, somewhere in like 1992 or something, they changed brands. Miller's Outpost used to be like, hey, partner, how you doing? We sell Levi's jeans. And then like over the years, they evolved from just selling jeans. But like up until the early 90s, you'd go to a Miller's Outpost and it was like country western themed. For real. It was like spurs and wood, and their colors were like yellow and red, and it was like, all right, come down to the saloon, partner, and get your boots on. Miller's Outpost. Yeah! And then I think like some fucking brilliant executive out there was just like, like nobody's buying cowboy clothes anymore. All the clothes that we sell are like hip hop. We're known for our baggy jean. This is where cholos come to shop. Like in my school, all the cholos went to Miller's Outpost. And so they flipped the brand. They changed it to Anchor Blue. Honestly, lost some of its luster for me. I kind of liked Miller's Outpost. It was cooler. Well, whatever. Yes, Miller's Outpost was the way. That was where you could stretch your dollar. If you had to go buy clothes for the school year. I spilled hella water on myself. I don't even know how I did it. If you need it, like me and my family, like I said, we didn't have a whole lot of money. So I remember the first time, it was my junior year, going into my junior year. It was the first time I ever got to shop for my own school clothes. And my dad gave me $100. $100. It was incredible. But see, I didn't spend the money right. Because I, for so long, wore poor clothes that I finally was going to go get name brand shit. I was finally going to buy whatever the fuck I wanted. I didn't care if it was, and I went straight into the first store I went into. Like Dillard's or some shit. First store I walk into, they have a Levi's section. I walk right into the Levi's section. And they had Levi's Silver Tab jeans. I don't know if you guys remember the Levi's Silver Tab jean, but it was a Levi jean, but it was a baggy jean. It was the hip hop, it was the urban, it was the street version of the Levi jean, and it was pimp. And this was like 1993, right? I go, and they're expensive at the time. It was like $55 or something like that for the pair of jeans. And right next to the jeans was a shirt. It was a flannel shirt that matched the jeans. And the first store, me and 3 friends, we all went to the mall and we were going to all walk around and spend our money. Meanwhile, I got like $100. All my other friends got hundreds of dollars. But I was like, all right, whatever, I'm going to do me. First store I walk into, first section I walk into, the first 2 items I see, I buy, my $100 fucking gone. Fucking $60 for the pants, $40 for the shirt. Boom, I'm done. I'm tapped out immediately. It's like we all walked into the casino for a weekend at Vegas, and I fucking walked up to the first table and I was like, black, and they were like, red, and I was like, I'll be in the room, guys. I'll be in the room. Hey, anybody wants to hang out with me in the room? You guys, hey, you guys want to go to a grocery store and like pick up some like handles? I'll be in the room. When you guys are done. I'll be in the room hanging, man. We're gonna be hanging, bro. It's gonna be sweet. Buy some liquor. If we're going down the rabbit hole, service merchandise was the shit. I was a little thief back in the day, like when I was a kid, because like I said, when you're poor, you gotta get some shit. And so when I was a little kid, I was like a little fucking. Yeah, I'm gonna steal something today. And I would go into service merchandise and steal shit. They didn't even have product out on the floor, and I found a way to steal from service merchandise. Terrible. Radio Shack. Yeah, okay, so I did hear there are Radio Shacks that are still around. I've heard about this recently. I was watching a video about closed down businesses, and they were talking about Toys R Us, Blockbuster, Radio Shack, some other business, I don't know. But Radio Shack still exists. Toys R Us exists in Macy's. Sharper Image is still online. Miller's Outpost was popular for Livermore kids. Well, yeah, because it got Livermore, got a lot of country. The Livermore Rodeo. Oh, yeah. Livermore Rodeo. Is Livermore Rodeo going on right now, doctor? I don't think we had any of those stores in the Midwest. JCPenney Outlet was where we went. JCPenney was dope. I did a lot of JCPenney shopping. They had a JCPenney Outlet. I think the first store that we shopped in when I moved to Arizona was a JCPenney Outlet. And there was because I went from being a skinny kid to a chubby kid. And we had to buy new clothes for me. And it was husky clothes. And JCPenney Outlet was the place with all the husky clothes. That sucked. Circuit City. I was just thinking about Anchor Blue. Yeah, that's the new Miller's Outpost. Anchor Blue. And those Anchor Blue jeans were sick. $19.99 for a pair of Anchor Blue jeans, and they had every color. You can go into Anchor Blue and buy a pair of wine red Anchor Blue jeans, and they had them all, it was like relaxed, classic, baggy. You could walk in there, $19.99, a pair of wine red jeans, a pair of forest green jeans, a pair of navy blue jeans, a pair of khaki jeans. They had every color of jean in every size, and they were $20 each. They were fucking cheap. They were made of jean. They were made of denim, but they fucking ripped like paper. Like they're like Anchor Blue jeans, and you guys might know this shit. If you were like rough with them on the pockets, the pocket would rip at the rivet and split in a straight line. I've never seen anything like it. I had many Anchor Blue jeans that would just rip, and once the rip started, it would just go down, and just all of a sudden you're walking around with like a fucking slit, like you're fucking Angelina Jolie and shit. Just they had Dickies, which are making a big comeback. That's so funny. You should say that, because I just bought a pair of Dickies last year, and I went to a store that sells all kinds of Dickies, and I was like, I'm coming back to this store, and I'm gonna buy a bunch of Dickies, and I'm gonna start rocking Dickies, because I used to rock Dickies in like 2005 when I was going through my emo phase. I used to rock Dickies all the time, and then I stopped because I thought I was like growing up. Now I realize I'm not fucking growing. I'm not growing up at all. I'm the same. I'm the exact same way. Everyone else around me evolves. They're evolving. I met Ryan. He's married and has children now. What am I? I've lost. I lost the cat. I have no kids coming in. I do have a girlfriend. I guess we try to have kids. We try all the time. Tried this. No, I'm just tried a couple of them this morning. But I'm not mentally evolving. I'm preparing for life. I'm trying to prepare for investing in retirement 401k. I'm trying to prepare to buy a house, and I'm mentally and financially preparing if we have a kid or adopt a kid. I'm financially and mentally preparing to be married and do grown man things. We're already practicing. We go on Sunday, we go eat brunch, we go to Lowe's and Home Depot and Bed Bath & Beyond, and if we have the time. I'm practicing doing adult shit. But I still get off work, and as soon as I get off work, I smoke weed and fucking start playing on my phone, and I'm not, I don't know, I feel like a lot of my friends have fucking did a supersonic light jump into adulthood, and I'm just still back here, and the things that are important to me are new music and video games, and hey, did you see that new Star Wars show, man? It's fucking cool, man. It's got missiles. It's Rancor creature came out, bro. And all my friends are fucking Star Wars, dude. What are you fucking talking about, Star Wars, dude? My kid just had the flu, man. We were fucking home with her for a week. It was the scariest thing in my life. What are you talking about? Fucking Book of Boba. Fucking, no, I'm not watching TV, bro. I'm teaching my oldest son how to play piano and I'm coaching his softball game. Fucking grow up. Fucking grow up. And my response is like, fucking blocked. Fucking blocked. Unfollow. Fucking buzzkill. Fuck you, man. Fucking make me feel bad. Fuck pretentious motherfucker. Parade just happened last weekend. It was live. I love the Livermore Rodeo, bro. I love the Livermore Rodeo. I always had a good time in Livermore Rodeo. I always want to go to Livermore Rodeo and dress up like a cowboy and like really experience it. Like have a fucking hat and the fucking tight ass jeans and the fucking and the balls and shit. Found Marshalls and it's been game over since. Hey, Steel Fawn's in the house. What's up, Steel Fawn? Ladies and gentlemen, the artist known as Steel Fawn. I'm on my way. Hey, I'm on my way. Hey, I'm on my way. Hey, oh, yeah. Way, honey, yeah. That's the Navajo remix. Navajo remix of On My Way by Steel Fawn. Classic. Marshalls is the cheat code of all cheat codes. Nothing beats swap meet jeans and shirts 5 for $10. Ryan Ramirez says no more Gizmo. No mas. Gizmo passed away April 10th of last year. April 10th of last year. We've been missing you. A year and 2 months, buddy. He was a good cat, though. Strong until the end, like they say, man. When you have a cat, cats hide any symptoms until the end. You'll never know that a cat is doing bad. They never show it. He was just as lively and having a great time and enjoying life up until the final week of his life. And then things started changing. He started getting weaker and took him to the doctor, and it was a kidney failure. And they were like, dude, there's nothing we could do. There's nothing we could have done. Like a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago, 5 months ago, like it was already set in motion a while ago. Even though I did see that they have kidney transplants for cats now, starting at $12,000. So, if I would have known, Giz, $12,000, nothing to a boss, bro. You'd be right here. You'd be here right now with a little scar. Oh, and you have to adopt the cat. That's part of it. If you have a cat kidney transplant, you have to adopt the cat that gave up the kidney. And so you bring 2 cats home. Fucking is pretty awesome, man. $12,000. You get a free cat. And they fix your cat. Fucking sounds like a bargain. I didn't know, though. I just found out about this shit. So, sorry, Giz. Next cat. He's getting the kidney. He's getting a kidney. Actually, Ross is where it's at if you get there on the right day. Ross is cool in the right neighborhoods. This is what you got to know. There's a Ross hack. Never go to a Ross in a poor neighborhood. You're fucked. You're not going to find anything. Rosses in poor neighborhoods are basically like places where people go and take clothes off a rack and just throw them on the ground. Like, I think people get paid to walk into Ross and take things off the rack and throw them onto the ground. Because that's what I see when I go to a Ross in a poor neighborhood. If you go to a Ross in a really nice neighborhood, it's the greatest shopping experience of all time. I went to a Ross in a really nice neighborhood one time, and I found fucking NFL jerseys. They had fucking NFL jerseys for $19.99. NFL jerseys for $19.99. Like, yeah, Ross has some really good shit if you go to a really nice neighborhood. The suburbs. Go to the suburbs, Ross. Because guess what? They're not shopping there. I leave for 5 minutes and come back to Bed Bath & Beyond and Home Depot joke. West, I like being back here on the back of the bus. Speaking of video games, just pick me up a PSP and 7 games for like less than $100. A PSP and 7 games? Oh shit, April 10th. Damn. Ross is a gym by my house. The Ross by your house is a gym? Really? That's surprising. Because I know that's not a good neighborhood. Like I just said, don't go to a Ross in a shitty neighborhood. And I'm pretty sure that Ross would be considered a Ross in a shitty neighborhood. If it's anywhere near Figueroa, that's probably a ghetto-ass Ross. But they probably know, the corporate office is probably like, yo, this Ross is getting the most business out of any Ross ever. Like, let's just fucking let's just put everything in that Ross. It'll sell. Or it'll be taken out of the store in a shopping cart. Go to a Costco in a poor neighborhood to get really good wine. Okay. I found some Air Max for $60 on StockX. They go for $275. StockX? I never heard of that. Oh, the Gardena Ross. Okay. StockX. I never heard of StockX. That good? They got good shit on there? There's always like, okay, so I don't know any of the differences between a lot of these like online shopping sites. And maybe you guys use this. Okay, so we all know Amazon. Amazon, right? But there's other sites that like compete with Amazon, right? So I always wondered, like, I've never been on any other site. All my business goes to fucking Amazon, like straight up. I don't have any. I go to Amazon first. If they don't have it, I go to a second site. Amazon always has it. So there's no reason for me to be like, all right, what's on Wayfair.com? But like every time I'm watching NBA or anything on TV, like there's ads for these other, or like the players, like the Golden State Warriors. Golden State Warriors have Rakuten on their uniforms. I see Rakuten commercials. And it's like, oh, go on Rakuten and you order shit and they give you credits and then you can buy new shit with the credits because you order. And I'm like, that sounds like a novel idea. Like, what do they have on there? Like, they have good shit. If I buy a bunch of shit, am I getting a good deal? Am I getting a better deal on Rakuten than if I just went through Amazon? Wayfair.com? Overstock.com? Like, I don't know what sites I should be shopping at because I stop at one site and I'm just like, fuck it. What am I going to do? Fucking bargain shop at this point? But maybe I should go on Rakuten one time just to see what the hell it is. And then if somebody ever like, oh, have you been on Rakuten? I'll be like, I've been on Rakuten. You ain't saving shit. But I don't know. I never used any of these other alternative shopping sites. I've always wondered. But also, I don't know. They're not like Overstock.com. I feel like every time they're talking about Overstock.com and they're trying to sell me on the idea of using Overstock.com, I swear to God, and maybe I'm just tripping right now, but I swear to God, every time I see a commercial for Overstock.com and they're trying to get me to use that website, it's a woman in a fucking bathtub. I feel like it's always a woman in a bathtub and she's got like a towel on her head, and not like in a racial way. She's got like a towel on her head and she's got like cucumbers on her eyes and a mud mask, and she's telling me to like use Overstock.com. But I don't know, that's not telling me what they're doing over there. That doesn't, like, I need a commercial like those online auction commercials where like, I got this PlayStation 5 for $4.99. $4.99, you know what I mean. But Overstock.com is not selling me on the idea. I just see a woman in a fucking bathtub telling me that I need to order from this shit. 422 is 422. 422 is 422. Gardena Ross is next to a Goodwill. I love Goodwill. Like, me and my girlfriend, that's our new thing. Like, every Sunday we have a new ritual. I'll tell you the ritual. Every Sunday we go to brunch. Now, I say every Sunday, but when I say every Sunday, I mean just last Sunday. Last Sunday we went to brunch, but we made it. We made a promise. We said, yes, this is the first time being here, but this is a new ritual. We're coming to this brunch place every week until we try everything on the menu at least. And then after that, we try to find a thrift store or a secondhand store, antique store, vintage shop. We try to find some place secondhand and just go hunt for shit. Clothes, furniture. We got this damn rug right here. Look at this shit. Look at this rug. Look at this rug. Look how beautiful that rug is. I mean, come on. Look at that rug. It's got some turquoise, some pink, some magenta, some purple. It really ties the room together. All right? Big Lebowski. So yeah, I'm down with the Goodwill. Bai, I use for my Japanese imports and video games, consoles. They have options not like eBay, but cheaper if you buy it straight up. Gotten good deals on Alibaba. Alibaba, that's another one. Alibaba's another place that I never think of looking on Alibaba because it's just like everything's on Amazon. That rug really ties the room together, does it not? Hey, trust me. So while we were at one of those secondhand stores, we were just kind of like looking for ideas half the time. And I find this room, right? With I got this teal chair. I bought 2 teal chairs. And we've been kind of like looking for some stuff to go with them. We go to the secondhand store and I find this room with a fucking teal couch, teal paintings, purple on the wall. I was like, yo, those are the colors in our house. And this fucking rug, man. This rug, it looks like a fucking Monet painting, right? And it's just like, it's fucking beautiful. And it's got all the colors. And it's loud. This rug is loud, man. It makes a fucking statement. You walk in here and it's like, that ain't no Pier 1 Imports shit. That's a nice rug. So we find the rug. By the way, I was like high as hell. I was so high. I smoked a blunt. I smoked an entire blunt to my face. And then we went into the thrift store. And I'm like telling my girl, I was like, look at this rug. Am I tripping? Like, I think these are my exact words. I was like, am I tripping? Or is this a fucking nice ass rug? And she was like, no, you're not tripping. That's kind of a dope ass rug. We looked at the price. It was $150. But then underneath the price, it said, if it's still here after this date, the price drops. And then I start looking around the whole fucking thrift store. Every sticker in the thrift store has 2 prices. It has the main price and then a second price that if it's past that date, the price automatically goes to that price. So we're looking now, this big ass rug. All right, not everybody's gonna know, but if you've ever tried to buy a rug before, these son of a bitches are expensive. They're expensive. Like, even if you go to Walmart and you try to buy a cheap rug, like a 5x7 rug from Walmart, it's still gonna run you like 50, 60, maybe even $100, right? This is an 8x10 rug. Granted, it's used, but it's not bad. There's no stains on it. You look at the bottom of it, there's no like major spills or anything like that on it. Clean. 8x10 rug. $126. Ladies and gentlemen, $126. We left that day and we thought about it. This was last Sunday. Last Sunday. We went home, thought about it. The next week, Sunday, 5 days ago Sunday, we go out, or 4 days ago Sunday. We go back out to the thrift stores. We look at all kinds of shit. And then our way back home, I look at my girlfriend and I say, so, we should get that rug, right? She's like, yep, going straight there. Boom. Went there, praying, come on. Hope that rug's still there. If it's not there, it wasn't meant to be. We kind of play that game with the antique store. If we don't buy it right there on the spot, that means, we'll come back. If we come back, if you go to a thrift store and your thing is still there, the second time you go back, you better buy it. You gotta buy it. That's the rule. It's the rule. And so we leave a bunch of stuff. Every time we go to a thrift store or vintage shop, we're like, oh man, I want that. If it's still here next time. And we went, and the rug was still there. And the thing about the rug was, The whole showroom was there was this like separate showroom, and everything in the showroom was teal and purple and black, and all the paintings and the chairs and the pottery and everything was all built around this rug. So they had to basically bring all the staff over to move all the furniture out of that little showroom so they could pull the rug out. We rug pulled him. Me and Brittany rug pulled him. We gave him the old rug pull. Finally, I get the rug pull someone. I've had the rug pulled on me so many times. I finally get the rug pull. They peed on your fucking rug. That rug really tied the room together, did it not? All right, here's one for my Big Lebowski fans. All right, I know there's a couple Big Lebowski fans out there. You guys think you know the movie? Well, I'm gonna blow your mind with another one. All right, I'm gonna blow your mind with another Lebowski. Just something. Maybe it's an Easter egg. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I just saw it yesterday. Now you got to realize Big Lebowski came out in 1997. Okay, I've been watching this movie for over 20 years. Every now and then, I'll still see something new in the movie, and I know a couple of you guys out there have seen the movie multiple times, and you know the bits, you know the scenes, and you know some of the Easter eggs and whatnot. Well, I think I got a new one. I was watching it, and I realized something. When dude is in Jeffrey Lebowski's office for the first time, and Brandt is showing him the wall, there is a picture of Nancy Reagan and Jeffrey Lebowski, and they talk about it. And then there's a picture of him and a man, and he says one thing, and I couldn't make out what he said. He either says Chuck, or he either says Jack, about the person in the photograph with Jeffrey Lebowski. And then he moves on to the little Lebowski Urban Achievers. In between the Nancy Reagan and the Urban Achievers, there's a photo of Jeffrey Lebowski with a man who is either named Chuck or Jack. That's what I'm saying. When I looked up the official script, there was no mention of the word. There's no line in between the Nancy Reagan line and the Urban Achievers line. And we all know, if you know the movie, Joel and Ethan Coen were very strict about no improvisation going on outside of their script. The words that the characters say are the words that are written. But there's this one line, this one word that Jeffrey Lebowski says in that office that isn't on the script. And I can't make it out if it's Chuck or Jack. Now, people online have said it's Charlton Heston, and that's why he says Chuck. But I have a new theory. Bear with me. My theory is that the man in the photograph is Jackie Treehorn, and that there is a photograph on Jeffrey Lebowski's wall of Jeffrey Lebowski and Jackie Treehorn, and when dude sees it, he recognizes Jackie Treehorn and calls him Jack. Because in that world, Jackie Treehorn would have been the equivalent of who is the Playboy Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner would have been the equivalent of Jackie Treehorn in this movie. So everyone would know him. So if you saw him in a picture, you would say Hugh or Hef. And so I believe that dude notices Jackie Treehorn in the photo with Jeffrey Lebowski and calls him Jack. That's my new theory. I have to watch it a few more times to really solidify it. I have to see it from different angles, maybe on a bigger screen, subtitles on. I don't know what I got to do to get to the bottom of this. But like I said, the word is not in the official script, so now it's kind of up for debate. You can't really see the photograph that well. So it could be Charlton Heston, or it could be Jackie Treehorn. I don't know. So any of you Lebowski hardheads out there, you want to go sleuth that shit up? Go right ahead. A new theory. A new fucking theory. Put on your fucking tinfoil hats, man. because they don't stop, man. I watch The Big Lebowski at least once a year, and every other year I'll find something new in that damn movie. It keeps giving. It keeps giving after all this time. What a gift! What a gift from the Coen brothers. You know, these movies. How does the rug compare to that $600 pillow we saw in that store? They would work well together. They would work well together. Yeah. We need a new couch though. If we're gonna do all that, that pillow is too good for the couch. You think about that? That pillow from that store is worth more than our entire couch. And so that's like disrespecting the pillow, bro. That's like disrespect on that pillow. You have to get a better couch and then put that pillow on a nice ass couch. It wouldn't be fair. Not fair. The pillow is not worth $700. If anybody wants a Sega Saturn less than $40, let me know. Sega Dreamcast. What? You're selling a Sega Dreamcast? No shit. Oh. Maybe I'll talk to you on the side. D-Rad. Talk to you on that little side bet. Side action. I've always wanted the Sega Dreamcast. That's probably... I think the Sega Dreamcast is one of my favorite controllers. Man, that thing felt so nice, dude. Man, there's something about that Dreamcast. I never had one. I never had the Dreamcast. But at the time I had the PlayStation 2. I think PlayStation 2. Was that already out? Maybe it wasn't. I might have still just been playing PlayStation at that point. PlayStation 1. Across the street from my house was a Best Buy. And so whenever I had a chance, I would just walk across the street to the Best Buy and I would just play the Dreamcast. And they had I don't know if it was Madden football or an NFL football. And I would just go up there and play that all day. And like, it was so hot back then that like people would want to play. Like they would put limits, especially if you're a kid, you know, hey, 15 minutes. But you could play, and then somebody else would grab the other controller, and you could like literally have a game right there with another person and like kick their ass. And then there'd be a line of people, you know, like, all right, my turn. And you could like kick people's ass. Like you were at an arcade for free in Best Buy. And so I had a lot of experience with the Sega Dreamcast. And I loved the feel of that controller, man. It just felt very, very natural. And then it didn't last. By the time I got to a point where I could actually like buy a Sega Dreamcast, it was already off the market and they stopped making games for it. And it was like, all right, well. You blew it. You blew it, Sega. Sega! I almost bought one of your products. A lifelong devotee of Nintendo and Sony. And I almost bought a Sega product. And then they fucked it up. They fucked it up! That's that shit. You know what that is? That's that good shit right there. That H2O. That agua. That agua. G. Illuminati says, with what games? I'm not. I found at auction that has one more for that price with a buying out at about $40. Oh, it's in an auction. On the game. What'd you call it? Gamey? Bye. That's what it's called. StockX and Bye. I'll check those out. Whew. I wonder what Abdel's doing right now. I think that sometimes. Like, you ever wonder like what certain people are doing at any moment in time? Like, I just wonder what certain people are doing. Like, are they doing some normal shit or some badass shit? Like, I imagine Abdel's like wearing some like flowy kind of clothing, you know, and he's like in Morocco again, and he's like chilling on some boat, like looking out at the sea, and like the wind is blowing, and you know, he's just like sitting there laughing, and is like fucking with a smile on his face, you know, enjoying life. I imagine that. Or like I don't know, like what do you think Jet Li is doing, you know? Like, you think Jet Li is just like in a chair somewhere, just like, oh man, oh fuck, oh, why'd I do all my stunts? Fuck, why'd I do all those action movies? Oh fuck, this shit hurts. Jackie, are you okay? Oh no, I'm not okay. Oh man, I did all my stunts. I did them all. Oh. Fuck Tom Cruise. I just wonder. I wonder what like certain people are doing. That gets me through the day. You know? Thinking of Jackie Chan sitting there. Jackie Chan and Jet Li just sitting there. Hella arthritis everywhere. Knees. Jet. Give me a beer while you're up. He's like, man. I don't want to, how am I going to hold it? I got the cane. Right? Because I'm just guessing their knees hurt. My knees hurt. I didn't do shit. I didn't make any action movies. My knees hurt like a motherfucker. I didn't make The One. I wasn't in Lethal Weapon 4. I didn't beat up Riggs. And my knees and ankles hurt. I can only imagine how Jet Li feels. What's the update on the submarine? If there's an update, I don't know if it's good. I don't know, man. You know, some places, I know, we're human beings and we're just like, oh, we can go to Mars. We can go to the moon. We can go to Antarctica, and we can go to check out the Titanic. Let's go to the bottom of the Marianas Trench. But maybe some places are so hostile. Some places are so treacherous that maybe, just maybe, and I know human beings hate to hear this shit, but maybe we aren't supposed to go there. You know? See, old ass ship. A lot of people died on this old ass ship. You just want to go down there and chill. You want to see what? You want to go see those fucking see-through fish with the fucking flashlights on their head? I get it. I do too. But Jacques Cousteau already did that shit. Like, we got it on tape. You just watch it, rewind it over and over. You want to see the glow-in-the-dark fish? You know, electric eels? You know, you want to see a moray eel? It's fucking Trials of Life, or, you know, Jack Hanna, you know, or whatever. Don't go. Don't go to the bottom of the ocean. It's just not meant for us, you know? It's just not meant. It's not meant for everybody. You know? Maybe seal. A seal. Not the singer, you know, but a seal. An actual seal, you know? Or Jason Momoa's character that he plays, Aquaman. He could do it. It's cool. No big deal. But like us, I would definitely do the opposite of highly recommend it. So yeah, I don't know. To me, the worst part is there's so much coverage about it. Like the thing that is unsettling to me. Because let's face it, human life is lost all the time. You wouldn't really trip out that bad if you heard, 6 people died in a car accident. It sucks, but it happens all the time. We're numb to it. But then we're hearing about this, and it's just like, oh man, like the world's heartbroken about it. Like I saw a meme today about the different reaction of 125 immigrants are on a boat that capsizes, and they don't have this kind of search area for that. Yet 6 millionaires get lost doing some stupid ass shit. You got 125 people trying to cross water to get to safety and freedom. And if that capsizes, Coast Guard, government, private entities, they don't give a fuck. I think the meme said, beef up border security. 6 millionaires go missing doing some pretty ridiculous shit. And it's like all hands on fucking deck, bro. Like governments are working together on this shit. Like government officials are meeting. Like literally, you're fucking, sir, captain. Okay. Would you brief us? So we have 6 individuals here. The sub has lost contact. We have a submarine. We have fighter jets, helicopters searching the area. They might have searched it. We got satellites in place. Six millionaires.
Didn't they go missing like an hour and a half after they departed too?
Yeah, some shit.
Something like ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just like, it was weird.
Yeah.
And they didn't like call for help in time, or they could have added a couple hours to their oxygen. So that's kind of like an overlying thing that bothers me about the response of, but we know that in the story that sells is the one that gets covered. So if you have someone who, I hate to say it, if you have, say, a man or even a woman who is like unattractive, mildly unattractive, versus a woman who is extremely attractive or cute, and they go missing, the response in the media is completely different. Completely different when a very attractive person goes missing or gets hurt or injured, murdered. The response is overwhelmingly, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Where, you look at this and you're just like, yeah, but like ugly people die all the fucking time. Like ugly people are dropping dead like flies. Nobody's saying shit. But the thing that bothers me the most about the submarine thing is that now we know who the people are. We know who the people are inside. They've been put on Front Street. And like, there's a possibility that these people are going to go through something very, 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 very bad and very sad. And the world is watching for what could be their imminent death because we know that they're running out of oxygen. So even if we find them at a certain point, that the clock is ticking on them and the chances of survival past a certain point in time are, pretty much 0%. So the problem I have is now we know who these people are. Their families aren't going to get peace. They aren't going to get peace. They aren't going to be able to go in peace because now you have the eye of the world focused on their like terrible, what's going to be terrible way to go. I can only imagine. It's just a terrible scary. Probably one of the scariest ways to go on this planet. I think if you're rating like the scariest ways to leave the Earth, that wouldn't even be on your list because you didn't even think it. You didn't even think things can get that bad. Most of us are like, I don't know, the worst way to go is like getting eaten by a shark or, plane crash. And you're like, and then you hit them with this idea. Yeah? Well, how about this? What if you're on a submarine and you go down to the Titanic and the submarine gets caught in seaweed and you slowly run out of oxygen? Huh? You didn't think of that shit. Woo! Yeah, I'm creative, bro. I'm creative. Ha! And you would immediately say, all right, that just moved to the top of my list, buddy. That's the number one way I do not want to go. So that's the problem I have with this is these people, they don't get a private, they don't get to privately go through this. The family doesn't get to privately go through this. And that sucks, man. It sucks that it got blown to that proportion. I don't know, saying this out loud, it sounds stupid, but like the media should use some discretion sometimes and think about victims and survivors before they see a big story that they could run with. Think like, oh man, like what if this ends bad? Think about the people who are viewing this story, following this story. They have to experience a trauma with the people who are going to experience a trauma. And maybe we should use some discretion as the media and let's all agree not to go forward with this story. It doesn't need to be told because it's not like you're alerting the general public. You're not alerting the general public to something that is a problem, that is a crisis. You can't say like, see, we're bringing you this story because we're sick of people getting caught in these submarines. This is the 4th submarine this year, and we're sick of it, and so we're going to expose the submarine business and let everybody know that private submarines are sinking to the bottom of the ocean, and we're not going to have it anymore. And we're sick of common citizens who, who are middle-class people who, pay a couple $100s to go in these submarines. We want to warn these people it's happening left and right. We need regulation in this industry. It's not a problem that the general public has to deal with. There's a small percentage of the population that will go into a submarine to go look at the Titanic. And that percent of the population is called the 1%. So it's not a big deal. It's not the type of news story that needs to be out to save us, to protect the public. It's a sensational story. It's the story they want you to hear. So you won't hear the other shit you're supposed to hear. Simple tactic. I worry about the girl off the chocolate. Controller died. It's a sad situation, especially controller died. Sorry. I don't know if you were making a joke, but especially when you hear all about the questionable choices made within the company. I didn't hear about all those yet. I haven't even really I've just heard of the story of the past few days. And like the first time I heard the story, I was like, well, naturally they'll be found. Because in my mind, why would you report this story if they're going to die? Like that's dark, man. That's dark. It's dark. Starting a story, knowing that the people could perish is dark. But we love that kind of shit. Chilean miners, baby Jessica. We love a story where someone's, waiting for that sand in the hourglass to finish up. It's just like, oh shit, here it comes, it's gonna happen. They didn't get him in time. Oh, fucking crazy. The company made the underwater pill box. What about a butt seal? Good point, valid point. Unless she was hiding under the Bill Clinton desk, demise would be a term I would use. I just sent you a post on Instagram that echoes your same thought process with all of this. All right, thank you. Yeah, so That's my thought process on all of it. It wasn't actually on my list of things to talk about, but I was thinking about ideas of how to talk about it, and basically, I it's a sad situation. I did make a couple jokes on about it, and that was a little bit in poor taste, but that's what I do. But the sentiment is real, and the reason why I feel like I could make a little bit of fun of it is because of the sensationalism around it, not the people. That's the thing. I care about the people that are going through it. I care about the people, the family that are going through it, and it sucks. And there's going to be suffering all around. And now the media has put it on the fucking spotlight, and it's going to be broadcast to everyone. And no one gets to have their moment to deal with it. It's trauma, dude. It's trauma. You can't do that to people. It's fucked up. You know? I'm going to do shit differently here on this news network. Get my ace reporters into the field. They're going to be out there finding the good stories, you know? Fucking, rescued kittens and shit. Amazing swap meet finds. Recipes on Pinterest. This type of shit I'm into. Ain't that right, motherfucker? Bernie Mac loves a good motherfucking vintage set. Ain't that right, motherfucker? Ain't that right, motherfucker? Oh. All right. I'm going to take off. My lovely girlfriend is home. It's starting to warm up in the apartment. I got to open up some windows. I'm going to go on tomorrow. I'm going to try to do my Canva thing because I like these jokes. I think they'll be really funny if I can get some Canva going on. Yeah, I don't know. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow in the afternoon for some more comedy. Where's everybody going? You guys are leaving too. You guys are leaving too early. I'll be back tomorrow. Comedy, some jokes, shit that I actually wrote. I didn't write anything, by the way. I didn't recite a single joke that I wrote today. Everything I've said from the very beginning of the show has been off the top of my head, complete improvisation. And I did that for a reason because I want to save these jokes for tomorrow because they're hella funny, and I'll add more jokes to them. So we'll do a comparison. We'll do a taste test tomorrow. Tomorrow, taste test. Taste test. We're gonna see what it's like, a freestyle show versus a written and refined show, and we'll see. We'll just do a test. It wasn't meant to be, but I figured fuck it, we'll do it. Take that, Chat GBT. Huh? Fucking Chat GBT. All right? There's one person out here in this world that is not using Chat GBT to write and create original content. And that's me, baby. Me, your boy Westside. I'm still making the jokes up in my own head. All right? But, you know, sure. I'm sure Chat GPT probably got some funny shit. You're like, yeah. Chat GPT is pretty funny, though, man. It's got some jokes. Yeah, well, Chat GPT's racist, all right? It wrote me a whole list of Polak jokes the other day. It was fucked up, man. I didn't even ask for them. Dude on Twitch, I will be your promoter. All right, I'm going to get there. As soon as I fix this channel, and I get it to where it needs to be 100%, I'm going to solicit help from other people. You know, get somebody to pay somebody to do certain things for me. Pay people for graphics, because I think a lot of the time one thing that is holding me back is like graphics, thumbnails, things like that. Anytime anybody clips the show, if anybody clips the show for me and says like, oh, that was a funny bit, I'm going to clip it and send it to me. I'll pay someone. So I'm getting to a point where I could like delegate stuff. That was my whole thing yesterday. All day. I didn't do anything all day. I didn't write anything all day. All I did was sit there and I looked at a list of things that I have to do, and I just tried to figure out what on that list I needed to do myself that I can only do, and all the stuff that I could have other people help me with. Because I get people all the time. They're like, "No, let me help you with this. Let me help you with this. Hey, I know how to do this. Let me help you with that." And I'm like, man, that is not at the point where I can hand it over yet. You know, I haven't even figured out. Somebody was like, "I can help you build your website," and I was like, "Yeah, but I don't even know what I want on the website. I don't know what I haven't even come to the point where I don't even really know like what the mission statement is. We haven't really figured that out yet. I haven't figured out like what the point to all of it. You know, what is my bio line going to look like? What is the overview? What's the summary of my channel? It's about so much shit. I got to kind of figure out in words. You guys know, you guys watched the show. You guys are like, yeah, it's Westside. This is just Westside. It's just crazy. This is crazy shit. But I need to be able to verbalize Westside. Yeah, he's just crazy shit. He's funny shit sometimes. You know, I need to find a way to put that in a paragraph and description where I could say, yeah, you know, it's Westside. He just says some funny shit sometimes. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'll just clip it. So yeah, I'm working on that and just kind of setting the infrastructure. Because like I said, once the shit gets up and running, I can't worry about all the other stuff. And I was telling my girlfriend this story the other day. We passed by this pizza place. Actually, I want to go pizza place I want to go to right now. Get a couple beers and a flatbread. But the thing about the pizza place is inside it's beautiful. And when they first opened up, there was like not a lot of seating inside because they were still like getting tables and chairs. There was a bar, but they weren't serving alcohol. And over the months, they've gotten more tables and chairs, and they opened up the bar, and then they got beer, and then they got liquor. But on the side of the business, there's a sign from the old business. It was like Pizza Mia. But this place is not called Pizza Mia, it's called Doughboys. So over the Pizza Mia sign is like a tarp that says Doughboys, but it's just over the old sign. And this is a metaphor. I would have liked if they removed the old sign and put up their own sign or had the tarp, but I would have liked it if they removed the old sign. To me, I don't know what it is about that, but it makes me lose a little bit of confidence in their business. Now I go there, I eat there, I drink there, I give them my money, but I look at that sign every time I pass by and I'm like, it gives the impression that you weren't ready. It gives me the impression that you were not 100% ready to open up. And you as an owner can be like, no, we were ready. The ovens work. We got the dough ready. There's places for customers to sit. And in my mind, I'm like, yeah, but you weren't, or else that sign would be off the fucking wall. So you still have shit. You're still not 100% there. It's almost like when you move into an apartment and you still have stuff in boxes. And you're like, I got my bed, I got my TV, the couch, we're good. I'm moved in. You're not moved in. You're not moved in if you still got cardboard boxes sitting around your house with stuff that needs to be put on shelves. You know, you got the bookshelf up, but the books are in a box. You're not moved in yet. And that's how I feel about this channel, is I want to be fully moved in. I want to make sure the sign is off I want to make sure the old sign is off the side of the building. And so I want everything tight. You know, everything tight in the channel, the look, the content, everything about that. I want it to be 100%, at least for the moment, 100% of what my vision is. And I also want to, and then start working on all the other stuff. After my YouTube channel, boom, go over to the Discord and fix up the Discord and tighten up the Discord the way I want the Discord. And then once I'm done with that, then I'll move over to TikTok. And I can start working on my TikTok, but my YouTube channel will be 100%. I fixed it all. Now it's just a well-oiled machine running by itself. You know, and then I get the Discord, well-oiled machine running by itself. Start working on my TikTok, well-oiled machine, run it by itself, and then move on. So it's going to take me a little while to hit all of that stuff. But I definitely am starting with my YouTube channel, number one, first priority first, and then we'll take it to the next level. And delegation. Later, West, you able to take call-ins tomorrow? Yeah, call me up. I'm gonna do a 2-hour show. Call me up towards the end of the show. We'll do the recap, the callback. Don't worry about it. You can find someone you trust, give them your stream key off Twitch, and then when you go live on YouTube, they can just do a browser capture of the YouTube stream, save some CPU. That's what I need. That's what I need to do. Because yeah, the internet bandwidth, I think, and the CPU, doing 2 streams, it was cool while it lasted. Like, I enjoyed being on YouTube and Twitch. But I was having way more issues with the skipped frames when I was doing that. So, is this place called Tiffany's? I wish. Shit. I will say this about Tiffany's Pizza. Old Raven, if you're out there. And me and my girlfriend were talking about doing some traveling this year. And she was like, well, where should we go if we're going to, I said, well, I don't have a passport. And she doesn't have a passport. She was like, well, were you thinking about leaving the country? I was like, yeah, I kind of wanted to go visit Ottawa. She was like, Ottawa? Oh, Ottawa. I was like, come on. Let's put it on the agenda. I'll talk to Raven and see if it's cool. We'll stay you got a Courtyard, you got a Marriott out there? You got a Marriott. I'm in the house. You got a Marriott. Oh, I didn't even talk about the 2 weeks notice. Oh, shit, man. Well, it's the end of the show. I can't start a whole new topic. It's not a long thing. I'll talk about it tomorrow. I'll tell you guys all about the 2 weeks notice tomorrow. And I will, I got to write that down. All right. We got topics for tomorrow. We'll do that. Well, imagine I'm playing On My Way right now, and it's like, ding, 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 summer. Imagine I'm playing that song right now. We'll get it back soon. I just gotta. Steel Fawn's manager is a real motherfucker, man. Really, pinching me for those publishing rights, man. 2 weeks notice show tomorrow. Yeah, I'll talk all about it. I gave my 2 weeks notice. So I'll tell you guys all about it tomorrow. But yeah, I'm going to go. You guys have a good one if you can. It's still sunny out here. Hella sunny. Go outside, get that good sunshine on your skin. Get that good air in your lungs. Call somebody you haven't called in a while because it feels so good for you and them. And keep this positivity rolling day and night, 24/7. And I'll see you back here tomorrow. I am out of here.